Hello everyone, Meteorologist Carly Smith joining you for a weekend weather update. Hopefully you have some fun plans for this weekend because the weather is going to be so fabulous. Like I am so... Anyway, Meteorologist Carly Smith here. I think I had the volume off. So here's what I was saying. The weekend weather is going to be so amazingly fabulous. I hope that you have some plans where you get to enjoy the beautiful weekend that we have, because today is a little gloomy, right? We've got the cloud coverage. It's not a bad day by any means, but like the weekend, I can't get over it. And to hint at the forecast coming up, past our 7-day, there is a chance that next weekend isn't as beautiful. So enjoy the beautiful weather while it's here, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. So let's get into it. Let's start looking at some of these weather graphics, right? So our weekend weather is beautiful, breezy and beautiful on Saturday. Winds will be out of the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Those gusts, 28 miles per hour. So be ready for a windy Saturday. If you do have outdoor plans and you have long hair, you might want it in a ponytail. Then as we head into Sunday, really near perfect conditions. Light wind, sunshine, temperatures in the 60s. Now I've got a big sun in the forecast for Saturday, right? Saturday's forecast may be a little bit trickier than just is it cloudy or sunny. I think we will start the day off maybe with some clouds, but then as we continue on throughout the day, those clouds will clear out. We also may start the day off with some fog depending on how early you wake up. So we'll break down all those forecast details now. So starting off with our satellite or radar imagery from this morning, we are starting to see a cold front work its way across Texas. We've got a stationary front to our south, but that, or our east rather, that's going to start to work its way north. That cold front is going to start to work its way across the Lone Star State, and we're going to start to see more rain. Dallas, Fort Worth, rain is on the way there, already getting in Wichita Falls, Abilene, and Oklahoma City, about to get it on the rain as well. So we do have rain, right, that is going to impact traveling across Texas today. So we can break that down now on our forecast map. So here's everything you need to know. As that cold front makes its way, so the stationary front's going to lift back to the north and kind of meet up with the low to the north as a warm front. So we'll get our warm front developing. Then that cold front is going to work its way through South Texas this evening. So anywhere really between about 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. we see that front passing through. And there will be a chance for a few rain showers along that front. Now, here's where the forecast gets interesting. Taking a look at this graphic, the first thing that I'm going to notice is going to be these white lines, right? These white squiggly lines. They're not just weird things on the map, they mean something. These are lines of constant pressure. So you see this as our area of low pressure. There's that white line, that constant area of low pressure. Then the pressure is slowly increasing, or actually rather quickly increasing with each of these white lines, right? And so as that pressure gradient gets tighter, meaning the pressure changes faster over a shorter distance, then what that essentially means, or that essentially is happening as high pressure builds. And apparently I didn't save this graphic, but in the web article, which on the forecast link that I have included on this Facebook Live. So on the Facebook Live, there's a link. I think on the YouTube Live, there should be a link there as well. But what we've got is going to be the link to our weather page. If you click on the weather article on that page that has the picture of me or Alan or Kristen or Faith, whoever's working that shift or whoever worked the last shift, right? That will have all of our forecast thoughts written in that weather article. And in that weather article, it's getting difficult to say weather right now. In that weather article, essentially what I've done is really explain how that pressure gradient impacts our wind. And so the quicker that gradient changes over a shorter distance, then the faster our wind speeds are going to be. So that is why Saturday is looking rather windy. So, hey Chewy, of course, glad to do these. Hey Jess, hey everyone. Thank you all for watching. I do read the comments, so be sure to comment there. Definitely ask weather questions if you have it. Those are the most useful comments. It's also nice to know people are watching as well, so I appreciate it. Let's go back to that forecast map. I had to reload the graphics so I could take control from this computer because we have two weather computers. That's a fun behind the scenes little fact. But right here is where I would like to pause it. And then I would like to add the word windy. Windy, windy, windy. I'm seeing the comments rolling in. I'll take a look at those in a second. There's windy. So here we have it. Saturday is going to be windy, in case you haven't heard. Now, it's not going to be really bad wind, right? It's going to be about 30 mile per hour gust, but it will be sustained 20 or 10 to 20, really closer, 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we've got Mary, good morning. Kelsey asked, will it be foggy tomorrow morning around 7:30 at NAS Corpus Christi, I'm assuming. Let me know if you mean Kingsville, and we will take a look at that. So here is our fog forecast. Maybe. I think it's in my first weather hit. The one that happens, you know, right at the top of first edition. That's my first weather hit. Let's see how San Antonio's fog has improved, because they were rather foggy. More rain. Manny, it doesn't look like we're going to see a lot of rain. We do have a chance for a few spotty showers today, right? So a few spotty showers are in the forecast for today. San Antonio is still pretty foggy. Austin is still down to a quarter of a mile now at 10:30. So a lot of fog to our north. Didn't hit us, but we do have the low stratus clouds, but not all the way down to the surface as fog. Later on today, we're having easterly winds returning. And so what that's going to do is have air that's warmer than the water blow over the water, and likely what we're going to see is sea fog. So that sea fog could impact NAS Corpus Christi through this evening. So we could start to see that as early as this afternoon. I think it will be more so over the Gulf than necessarily over our bay. But over the Gulf, definitely could see some sea fog on the beach. Then what we see, this is actually the front moving through right here. So I could draw on the cold front. It's right through here. The fog's a little late to react, but once the wind picks up out of the northwest, that's going to be drier air that moves into the area. And so you'll see that here. We still have a northwest wind at first, and we may have some radiational cooling, or yeah, not radiational cooling, radiational fog that sets into place Saturday morning that is going to be patchy. So it's hard to say for sure who will see it. But with that being said, essentially our dew point and our temperature, because we've got those northwest winds, it's going to lower our temperature a little bit quicker, and that might make it match our dew point. So with the temperature and dew point matching, we get radiational fog, and there's a chance for that just briefly early Saturday morning. But once the sun comes up, that will quickly clear out. So there is a chance for some fog around 7:30. It will be starting to clear by then, especially with stronger northwest winds. So radiational fog doesn't really form very well with strong winds. So if that wind is 13 miles per hour, I don't think we're going to see much fog through Corpus Christi. However, we could see a low stratus layer. And so 7:30, I think we should be clear of fog just based on my forecasting knowledge. But the model is picking up on something that does indicate that fog could be possible. So I think, again, I think it will be more of a stratus layer. In fact, while I'm on this live, I'm going to look up the sounding, which takes the atmospheric profile, and we're gonna check that out. Which you won't be able to see that, but that's what I'm doing behind the scenes. Cloud cover. So this model has Saturday morning, right at 7:30, we still have some clouds, which I think will be stratus clouds and not necessarily fog. But now I'm going to look at the forecast sounding. And well, there is, so the dew point forecast is 57 and the temperature forecast is 59. So that's within 2 degrees. If they match, we get fog. If our wind right now looks like it would be 5 to 10 miles per hour. So if it's closer to 10 miles per hour, we would not have any fog. But if it's 5 miles per hour, we would get some fog. So fog is a very tricky thing to forecast. And right now, there is the possibility of fog. I cannot rule it out. That's about all I could do at this moment in time. But as I continue on throughout the day, it does look like we could be stuck with a stubborn stratus layer even through, so we're at forecast hour 29. I'll have to look and see what time that is. This upper level sounding, which again, I'm sorry you can't see it, but essentially is indicating it would be a very thin layer of stratus clouds, just about 1 kilometer above the surface. And again, with the stronger wind that we're expecting, I think that wouldn't really be able to hold out. The wind would be mixing too much for the condensation to take place. So I think that might be our saving grace in giving us the sunshine that's been forecasted on Saturday. But there is a chance, this model is indicating that it stays cloudy much longer than I anticipated, even with that northwest wind, because the northwest wind is really dry. So 38. So hour 38 wouldn't be till 6 p.m. So this model isn't in my favor. Kingsville would be sunny. It would be areas right along the coast. So there's going to be kind of a line of where the drier, probably a dry line might set up, but there's going to be a line of where we're cloudy and where we're clear, and so that line might be cutting right across the coastal bend. And if we see that cloud coverage, our temperatures on Saturday will stay in the 60s, but areas west, so we can look at the Futurecast model, because it kind of showed that even this morning, and I was like, no, it's going to be sunny. But here we have it. So there's that line, which would probably keep Corpus Christi in the mid-60s, but Kingsville would be getting closer to 70 by 1 p.m. on Saturday, being more sunny. So this is a scenario that, with the latest model trends, does have Saturday looking a little less sunny than originally anticipated, but by Sunday we will be sunny. And so when we take a look at this big picture, I might need to update the web article with that information, because the IRIS models do a pretty decent job at forecasting that. Which is unfortunate because I love sunshine. Okay, let me find the big picture one again. So here we have it. Here's the big picture. So it does, I mean, this one clears out the cloud coverage. So this one is in my favor. The other one is not. But by Sunday, I'm confident in sunshine because high pressure will build over the area, and high pressure is sinking air. So as that air sinks to the ground, essentially clouds are not able to form because you need rising air, which create in order for those clouds to form. And so Sunday, it looks so nice and sunny. The wind will be lighter as well. So with high pressure, it creates light wind versus low pressure. All the wind's trying to enter that area of low pressure. So air flows away from a high pressure and it flows into the low pressure. And as it flows into the low pressure, that pressure gradient, remember, is getting tighter and tighter. And so that creates faster winds around an area of low pressure as well, which is fascinating. As we continue on along, we are going to see a pretty steady, drier weather pattern. Thursday, moisture starts to sneak up from the south as the high pressure slides over the southeastern United States. So there is a slim chance for rain on Thursday. This model is trending down on it, making it to Corpus, but Thursday there's a chance for rain. And then this is the weather system that I said could not ruin, but make next weekend not as beautiful as this weekend. So that's pretty much all the forecasts that I really wanted to dive into. Was the beautiful weekend forecast we have ahead of us. Waves will be getting smaller over the weekend. Our periods will be getting shorter as well, so the rip current risk is back low, which is good, but remember our rip current risk is never zero, especially around our jetties and our piers out there in the Gulf. So always use caution. Water temperature still frigid for a sea surface temperature, so we're at 59, which is very cold if you are not used to. It sounds 59 is a great air temperature forecast. It's a little chilly for us down here in South Texas, but that is feels like ice water in the Gulf of Mexico. So, okay, a 5K at TAMU-CC, so trying to get an idea of what to expect. Yes. So there will be a chance for some fog, especially closer to the water. But as I mentioned, the stronger a wind will be, the less likely we have the fog. The lighter winds will be, the more likely we have fog. So it's going to be kind of patchy. I hope that was helpful, Kelsey. The cold front will be in Beeville. That's amazing for the aquifer up there, John. Thanks for the update. So this first cold front is going to be in Beeville. Let's see. Probably around 4 p.m. And that's going to be your best bet for some rain is leading up. So around 1, 2, 3, 4, by 6, you'll be rain-free. But you do have the chance for those stratus clouds and fog to kind of stick around again into Saturday. Beeville, you're borderline. You could see clouds, you could see sunshine. So George West, Orange Grove, Alice, Falfurrias, anywhere along 281, I think you're in the clear for a sunny Saturday. Corpus Christi, we're borderline. We may stay cloudy, which would make me so sad. Sunday looks amazing. We've got high pressure in play, Jamie, so we've got sunshine, light winds on Sunday. Saturday's the day where we actually could see a little bit of cloud coverage linger in, changing our forecast a bit, keeping our temperatures possibly in the mid-60s on Saturday. But Sunday, we also have stronger winds on Saturday out of the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusts 30 miles per hour. But Sunday looks amazing, so hopefully you've got something fun going on Sunday so you can enjoy it. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with the 7-day, and we are going to log off. So hope you have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend. And until next time, I'm meteorologist Carly Smith.